Jace was the kind of guy who just blended in. At 23, he was a night shift courier, navigating the city on a beat-up electric scooter. Customers never remembered his face, and his bosses hardly knew his name. He was practically invisible, and honestly, he'd stopped expecting anything more. But Jace had one unbreakable rule. Every single delivery, on time, every single night. One rainy evening, a strange order popped up. No address, just a set of GPS coordinates pointing deep into the industrial district. The package itself was small, metallic, and humming faintly. It was weird, but hey, he'd delivered weirder. He sped off into the downpour. The coordinates led him to an abandoned warehouse. As he stepped inside, strange blue lights flickered to life. Suddenly, the floor panels slid open, revealing a high-tech lab underneath. Before he could react, figures in armored suits rushed toward him. Finally, one of them said, "You brought the core. You're the only one who could." Jace just stood there, soaked and completely baffled. "Me?" he asked. They explained everything in a rush. The core he was holding powered the entire city's defense grid, which had been sabotaged just hours ago. They had encrypted the delivery request so that only someone with a perfect on-time record and no criminal or political tiz could accept it. This way, they could slip under the enemy's radar. Jace, the invisible courier, was their perfect, anonymous candidate. Thrip. With just seconds to spare before a catastrophic citywide shutdown, Jace placed the core into its chamber. The grid roared back to life, and the wailing sirens across the city went silent. He had just saved millions of lives without even knowing what he was carrying. The news went crazy, calling him the anonymous hero. Social media exploded with theories. When officials invited him to a press conference, Jace thought this was his chance to finally step out of the shadows. As he walked onto the stage, cameras flashing, a massive screen behind him displayed his ID photo. Except, it wasn't him. Where's a different man with the same name, same age, same city and elite engineer who had vanished a week earlier. Jace froze. The officials started whispering urgently, and the audience murmured in confusion. He realized the truth in that gut-wrenching moment. They hadn't chosen him for his perfect record. They'd chosen the other Jace. It was all a massive mix-up. But the fact remained, he was the one who delivered the core. He was the one who saved the city. He could have just stepped back into the shadows, back to being invisible. But instead, Jace walked over to the microphone. His voice was steady as he spoke. "I may not be the Jace you expected," he said, "but I'm the one who showed up." The crowd went silent for a second, then erupted into applause. From that night on, Jace was no longer invisible. Not because of destiny or some grand plan, but because he proved that even the wrong guy, on the wrong night, could become the right hero. Thanks for watching. If you love stories about unexpected heroes, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.